Well, Luke was diagnosed with leukemia, ALL. It was back on Mother's Day of 2007. Healthy one day, running and playing and being an active little 3-year-old, and the next day he woke up and he couldn't move from the shoulders down.
Shortly after he was diagnosed, we got a comic book called Chemo Crusaders, and what that talked about was the cancer cells being bad, and that the chemotherapy going into his body was like his superheroes.
He was, I remember he was 6 years old, and we were doing something with one of the dance marathons, and they asked Luke, they said, "Luke, what is your dream?" And I remember him so well. He said, "My dream is to work with Spider-Man and find a cure for cancer. And then we'll web ourselves hospital to hospital and pass out toys to all the children and help them." He's been off treatment now for 2 years. We really saw him every day just getting stronger, and he started walking down the stairs again. And for years we had things just written on the calendar in pencil because we really did not know how he would wake up. And it was such a gift to us to see him come down the stairs, and he would have a smile on his face, and it was just a good day. And he's 9 years old now and a 3rd grader and doing 3rd grade board things and just loving life.
Well, Team Luke originally was a way to raise awareness, but also to raise funds for finding a cure for leukemia. But then, Luke's idea was to, Vicky just said, take those gifts and take things to the kid.
He, probably the last year of treatment, again, 3.5 years of treatment, but the last year of treatment, he was feeling pretty beat up by then. His body was tired. We were having a lot of trouble with his chemotherapy and having to go on and off of treatment, and it really took its toll, as it does on many of the kids. But that is when we actually found drumming for him, and we found bongos for him. But he said, "You know how lucky I was to get the cancer out in 5 days? I know other kids aren't that lucky, and I want them to feel how I feel when I play the drums." And that's word for word, and there's some things, again, as a parent, you don't forget, and that was one of those days. We have a certain number of instruments that we put in the rhythm packs. We go into the hospitals, and both inpatient and outpatient at Riley. Luke walks in, and he is so at home and so comfortable, and he walks in and he sits down on these kids' beds and takes out all the instruments and shows them how they work and how they make him feel. And you see the patients look at him as well as the parents, and they see a healthy kid, and they see the light at the end of the tunnel. And that, I think, is a huge gift, especially as a parent, to see. When you're in it, you just truly go day by day, and you get through the day. But here walks in a healthy little 9-year-old, and I think it's a sign of what's to come for these kids. Spider-Man is framed up in his bedroom.
We got a new Spider-Man out, or he does, but the original one is up on the wall, framed, and it will be forever part of all of our lives. Spider-Man, when he put that on, he felt good. He became a superhero, and it carried him through a lot of tough years.
And Spider-Man was his wish for his Make-A-Wish trip, so he got to meet Spider-Man, and I'll tell you, we were all starstruck meeting Spider-Man, but to see Spidey bend down to Luke's level and say, "Luke, I need you to stay strong for me," and Luke knew what he was talking about. Luke had a job to do.